Hey, what's going on? I'm Kylee Roman, and you're tuned into The Scene right now. Alan Crossley, Larry Crawford, and Yanti are all a part of the Crawford and Crossley Quintet, which we're going to get to speak to. So awesome, actually, because these guys have all had side projects. They've been in the game for so long. So cool little story about the quintet, actually. Alan brought them all together. He was playing at a restaurant in Summerland that he usually plays at. He proposed to the owner that they should have a jazz night. He brought Larry into that. Yanti came in, and the rest was history. From that, they started going into the studio, doing their thing, came up with enough music for a CD. So we're gonna get lucky enough to hear a couple of those tracks. Crawford and Crossley Quintet on The Scene.
I play a solo piano thing in a restaurant in Summerland, so I thought it would be nice to do a jazz night, and so the owner said, sure, that sounds good. So I called on my friend Larry Crawford. We've known each other for a long time, probably 30 years or more, and back when I was a band teacher in Summerland, he used to come over and help the band out early in the morning.
Oh.
That knock on the door, right?
Yeah.
Here, Larry's here.
I never knew there was another 7:30 till then.
Yeah. Anyway, so I called up Larry and met Yanti, and we started doing a jazz quartet there about once a month. And then Larry is a prolific writer. He's written hundreds of tunes, and I don't even know if know how many you've written. No. Anyway, so we would always program one of his instrumental tunes when we did our jazz nights. And so just before Christmas, I said, Larry, has anybody ever written lyrics for your tunes? And he said, well, people have threatened. I think that's what you said. People have threatened, but nobody's ever followed through. So I took that as a challenge, and I'm a bit of a compulsive writer. Mm-hmm. So I guess 7 tunes later, we decided we'd record a CD, and we released that at the Dream Cafe in June. So this has all been kind of quick. And it's sort of just serendipitous. It just kind of came about. So, yeah, Larry sends me a tune, and it's usually got a title that I keep, and it sparks something, and away we go.
That's awesome, and it's kind of neat because, you know, as you're talking about the story of how you all come together, you all have separate stories as well. Now, I've heard, Larry, a little bit of Sesame Street action from you.
Oh, way back in the day, yeah. Just after the dinosaurs.
No way.
Yeah, oh no, I
had dinosaurs
back in the 70s, I did quite a lot of Sesame Street, yeah.
So how do you get into something like that?
Well, I was in Winnipeg at the time, and they were doing it, and since the 2 people that started Sesame Street, which was originally a children's workshop, one of them was a Winnipegger, and the other one was a New Yorker. So the guy from Winnipeg, wanted to make sure that we had, instead of always being Quebec and Ontario musicians, he wanted something from Winnipeg. And so we had some very, very good musicians there, and they were very knocked out with it.
I was born in England, raised in Texas, and I spent years playing the cello, and I was in a ballet company. And then my husband and I, when we met in college, we just decided, hey, let's move to Canada. And so 2000, we moved to Canada, and I've just been hanging out here. And you kind of have to diversify in this town in order to not serve tables for sure and keep doing the music. So I teach ukulele, and we do karaoke shows and all kinds of fun stuff. You can check it all out on yanti.ca.
I was like, no plugs there, no plugs there. Okay, so all-time favorite karaoke song then?
Some Kind of Wonderful.
Can you give me a little bit of it?
Some kind of wonderful, yes she is. She's some kind of wonderful, yeah.
I felt like you were singing that right to me.
Right to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And we haven't mentioned Scott and Stefan.
Yes, the other 2 of the quintet.
The other 2, which will be coming on. Scott goes back to that same 30-year time frame. Larry was coming to help my bands, and Scott was a student in my bands at those times. And he's gone on to become an absolutely amazing drummer, and I feel privileged to be able to play with him and have him come and play. And Stefan Biens, I was gone from the high school when he was a student there in Summerland, but I've just really enjoy playing with him. I mean, he's just an amazing player and just a nice guy. So the first tune we're going to open with is called Images of You. And I looked at that title, and when Tracy and I were married, she gave me a camera as a wedding present. And the very first picture I took of that camera, with that camera, was her standing by a window. And so that line, the line in the song, "Standing by the window, your face framed in light," comes directly from that that sort of first moment, one of those first moments of our married lives.
Colors on a canvas, moments frozen in time. Shy smile and wide eyes, you said you'd be mine, remain locked away, transported to a place where you are there, waiting for me, standing by your window, face framed in light, profiled in starlight. We talk through the night. I watch years around us flow. My collection grows. I'm saving images of you. Firelight and your face reflected in wine. My love reflected, your laughing eyes shine so close, floating in a dream. We danced across a moonlit floor and under trees, falling memories drive down that highway. The road twists and climbs, promise untested grows deeper with time. I watch as the seasons change. My love still remains. It's wrapped in images of you. reflected in wine. My love reflected, your laughing eyes shine so close, floating in a dream. We danced across a moonlit floor under trees, falling memories drive down that highway. The road twists and climbs, promise untested, grows deeper with time. I watch as the seasons change. My love still remains, it's wrapped in images of you. So swift, years around us flow. My love still remains, I'm saving images of you.
The second one we're doing is saudade. And so I had to do a bit of digging. It's a Portuguese word, and the word means a pain you suffer. No, a pain you enjoy, a pleasure you suffer. It's kind of this angst that they have in Brazil. And so armed with that, I had to try and come up with a song that wasn't too depressing, but kind of fit that title. So that was kind of a challenge, but fun.
Inside a memory, my prison, but who holds the key but you, my love, only you, my love. Lips, I feel them pressed on mine, one moment lived 1,000 times will never be. Enchanted, lost in a trackless void, with no star to guide me home. Met by chance, a God's command, fate's held in a callous hand. A shell remains, hold me once again. but who holds the key but you, my love, only you, my love. Fingers buried in your hair, the scent of you still lingers. Do you think of me? Oh, you don't like me. We part, I call out to you. You turn and smile, I run to you, arms to hold you tight. But deception loves the night, dream that haunts me when I wake. But I would wish no other fate than conjuring what might have been. A sound in the night, a distant bell chimes, your voice calls to me. It whispers softly on the wind. So you think you're so smart. That has a lot of lyrics. That's one thing about Alan. He has really a lot of great lyrics, but there are sometimes a lot of lyrics.
And you're like, I gotta sing those lyrics.
Remember all of those lyrics.
My other hobby, I write novels, so it's just, kind of, they just get longer as they go. No, the So You Think You're So Smart comes from a story my wife has probably heard way too many times. The first time I proposed, and she turned me down. She said, I could never see myself married to you. And I think I said, you're wrong.
You are wrong.
You are wrong.
You're
Anyways,
gonna be mine, lady.
so 37 years later, we are still married, despite this song and despite that. So anyway, So You Think You're So Smart.
Love can be a tricky road. Who knows just where it ends? Can we leave things as they are? Let's keep it simple. Let's just be friends. From far away, you're not that bad. But when you're close, I want to run. Now your proposal leaves me cold. That's it, we're through, we're done. You say we're a match made in heaven by God. You say I'm attracted to you. Well, once that you've given your royal decree, there's no controvertible point of view. Your arrogance squared, the definition of pride, and you've got your ego PhD. Now you say that the path ahead is clear as can be, and who am I that dares disagree? I told you time and again that I'm so not the one, and you say that I've got it wrong. Turned out the music to drown out your voice. You say that they're playing our song. Got all the cliches from A to Z. You claim to know the affairs of my heart. You say that one day I'll have to agree. You think you're so smart. You think you're so smart. romances were fanning my flames. You thought that you had check and mate. Well, maybe you do, but then maybe you don't. I'll make you just wait and wait. You cast out your line and you were playing this fish. You baited your hook with cheesy prose, and I'll let you explain that you're in charge of the game when all the time the hook's in your nose. And so you sit all alone by the phone in the dark. We wait for the other to call. The game that we play is complicated, I guess, but better than no game at all. So you play the angles and I'll throw the curves. I've had your number right from the start. You're clever, all right, but you've met your match. You think you're so, so smart. You think you're so, so smart. You play the angles, but I've got the curves. I've had your number right from the start. You're clever, all right, but you've not your match. You think you're so, so smart. I'll let you think you're so, so smart. I'll let you think you're so, so smart. Well, you think you're so, S-M-R-T, smart.
The boys are writing music, the boys are writing lyrics. What does it make you feel to sing their stuff?
I feel a great sense of responsibility that I need to make sure, especially on these first recordings, that I get the melodies right and the words right, because I think that they're kind of new standards. New standard jazz music, and so I need to just lay down the correct way of singing this song, so that other people, when they cover the song, right, like in the next 10, 20, 30, 50 years, that they can do their own special magic to it, but at least at some point that somebody has done the song as they wished it to be done. Sleeping in doorways, chill to my soul. Sidewalks like
Thanks to the Crawford and Crossley Quintet. If you want to be on the scene, just drop us a line. And trust me, you don't want to miss out on the rest of this local music. The scene. You gotta keep watching it. Keep watching it. Keep watching.